What up, folks? I am Ultrazilla, and today I have a review of the SH Monsterarts Godzilla 2001 Heat Ray version. Alright, my Zillions, Godzilla is back with Monsterarts. Oh yeah, after doing a couple of disappointing Monster Hunter figures, in my opinion. We got a Godzilla back here, and I'm glad we do. I mean, it's a variant, it's something I've already seen before, but I gotta say the initial one holds a special place in my heart. It was one of my first big reviews here on the channel, and I was really looking forward to getting this one. I really was. I thought the paint scheme in the promos looked fantastic. I just like the idea of this, and yeah, it's here. And I could spoil it already. I do like it. I really do. So, without any further ado, let's get to the review. Alright, let's kick things off with a little box art nerd. We got a classic, like exclusive style box, because I guess this was a Bandai, Bandai exclusive in Japan. It was not here in the States, and that's mostly the case with all of Godzilla stuff. Bluefin does bring them over, so it's one of those things. Got a little seal there, Godzilla Heat Ray version, Godzilla here, all done up in a heat ray. A little bit of smoke effect over the dorsal fins, which looks good, but it's pretty standard box. It did come with a shipper, even though I didn't get it shipped. I did get mine from Muteki Sales. But yeah, it's pretty standard SH Monsterarts box here. Nothing special. Doesn't blow you away anything, so that's it. But what really matters is, does the figure blow you away? I really like this mold. I really do. I thought the original one was absolutely fantastic. And yeah, I mean, getting this guy out of the box, I was just like, man, I really liked it. There's no doubt about it that it is fantastic. It is incredibly done. It is so cool. It is such a great take, and I'm talking about the sculpt here, on GMK Godzilla. I just really do love this take. It looks awesome, and I really like this color scheme. So there you go. It is revealed. I do like it. I think it looks really, really nice. Yes, you got some gaps, but you know, I'm sure, yeah, you finagle it a little bit more, and you could cover that up. It's not the worst thing in the world. It doesn't bother me. It looks really good. Proportions are very nice. Yes, he's got big feet, but yes, this Godzilla has big feet. And it's just a nice, compact feel to this sculpt and this mold. It does a great job of both representing that, like, hunchback feeling of this Godzilla, like he's really weighed down, and I don't know, it's just really well done. I do like it overall as a proportionally accurate depiction of this Godzilla. Taking a look at the finer details, though, let's start with the feet, because it's, you know, pretty much the same. You do have a bit of a darker paint scheme here, so there's that part of it. But the nails look really good, done in this nice gray, and I like how they look. They're painted very well, in my opinion. Bottom of the feet look good. The legs have awesome sculpt work throughout. I do dig it. Really, really well done. Taking a look at the bottom here. Really nice wrinkles all up the tail, on the back side of the tail. One color, but it does look really good. On the back side, you do have the dorsal fins, which are painted in a very light gray. And then you could see it better as it goes up. It gradiates nicely, so it's very hard to tell that it's painted, but it is. Oh, and I just had some popping here. Here we go. Oop, I put that on wrong. Oh, go back to where you were. There you go. Okay. All right, so hopefully that won't pop out again. But yeah, that looks really good. All good. The dorsal fins look really nice. The smaller ones, I do like them. Very fine details there. Beautiful. Back to the legs, really nice. I love the knees. The knees are have all these like little armor bits, like scoots and stuff, looking really awesome. And then you got the belly here, which is really nice. I love the scaling here on the belly. It's always been a favorite of Godzilla in general, but like this one really highlights it and has that crocodilian look to it, which I really dig about this Godzilla overall. I mean, you really see that brought to the forefront in the NECA more, but this is all good. I love all the sculpt work in the chest, and I love how that looks. It's beautifully done. Very, very sharp, nice detailing. The arms look really good. And that's my finger. But the arms look really good. But the nails are done even better, in my opinion. It's just, the way they're done is kind of like sprayed over, kind of like a Bandai vinyl in a way. But it blends so well that you really don't notice it much. And then it just looks good. It just looks like his hands should have a little bit of a different colorization. And it does. So I dig that. So let's look at the dorsal fins now, because obviously this is where the bulk of the new paint is. And it is gorgeous. I love this metallic light blue that goes into this pearlescent, like whitish, silverish. It looks amazing, guys. I do have a little chip right there in the paint, but you know, whatevs. There's a lot of like little texture, like it's like bubbling, but it's definitely part of it. And I could see one of those getting easily scraped. But yeah, I always loved the way these dorsal fins, these big ones, were sculpted. I do wish, and I can see that they're trying to gradiate it out here, but I do wish they painted these just a little bit more. Just a little bit more. You're almost there. I see what you were doing, guys. But yeah, it's almost there. I see it, but it's not quite. But beautiful coloring. And then you see that this like light metallic blue gets even lighter as it goes on to the actual scales here on the back. I like that. I like that a lot, and it goes up. See, this is what I would have wanted back here more. Oh, and you do get it a little bit over here. I didn't notice that, but you do have some paint there, but not on this side. So that's a little bit of a bummer, I gotta say, because they did, it does look like they tried and kind of failed a little bit. So, almost there on that. I do appreciate that there is a little paint there, but maybe this is an error. It is what it is. One of those two things are an error, but the rest of it looks phenomenal. Again, gorgeous sculpt. Really beautiful paint. I do like it a lot. I mean, I really, really do. It just looks amazing. Taking a look at the head sculpt now. Wow, it's an amazing head sculpt. I always like this. I think it's fantastic. I mean, even going up from the neck, really great sculpt. But the head sculpt is spot on. GMK, really great. I love those like cloudy, pearlescent-y eyes. That's the same from the first release. That looks the same, and it's really well done. The teeth look really good, and where you get the difference, though, is you can see it in the gums that they're metallic now, and you see it more here, and then you see the tongue has more of a metallic, well, it's got that blue metallic inside of it, which is really cool. I do like that. See it on the tongue, on the mouth. Now, you do You do get it over here, but like I feel like it's almost a little more prominent on this side than this side, but now I'm looking at it, maybe not so much. I think it might be the same. And you get it on the roof of his mouth. It looks awesome, guys. I do like that a lot. I think that's a really cool effect. I don't know if there's any paint underneath the tongue. Let's see if I can get the tongue up good. Come on. Come on. Come on, tongue. Up you go. Oh, I can't really do it. Let's get this little Gundam lightsaber, and I still can't do it. There is a little bit of paint. This paint, yeah, underneath the tongue. So there you go. Thank you, lightsaber. I like it. I think it looks good. I wish it was even more prominent, to tell you the truth. I wish like everything here was blue in the mouth, even the teeth. I would have like made the teeth white or something, just make it crazy, and maybe even make his eyes like this pearlescent blue color, something different. Make it even, you know, more so that like, you know, different color scheme. He is darker, but there's no like real shading on this guy. Maybe very, very little for some highlighting. I could see it being a very light wash over the darker colors, but it's very slight if it's there. And a lot of it is a trick of the eye, because when you have a sculpt this deep, it creates like natural like highlights and stuff and shadows, depending that if it's darker it'll create like highlights, and if it's lighter it'll create shadows. So there is a little, if there's a little bit there, it's very little, and I think most of it is, you know, not that, but overall this is beautiful. All right, and articulation, we saw the tongue. I'm not going to try to lift that up again. The tongue moves, the jaw opens and closes, the head moves at a joint right there, and then you got more movement here. The neck has a ball joint, as you can see right there. Funny enough, I just did this with the other one too. Then you got a shoulder ball joint. I mean, if you don't know SH Monsterarts, it's all ball joints. The whole figure is ball joints. Floating piece, ball joints, floating piece, ball joints. They do a great job of covering everything up, which is awesome. I do love that. Didn't mention that before, but yeah, always awesome. You get a double ball joint here for the elbow, and you can swivel his bicep. The wrists are on ball joints. They move well. And then in the chest, this arm feels a little bit loose, by the way. I don't know why. Like overall, this arm feels a tad loose. The upper joint here moves, and I just pulled off his head again. And then the waist, very little movement on mine. There goes his head, off with his head. Legs move at the thighs, and then at the knees, you got this beautiful floating piece covering everything up. It's amazing that they could do this, but then you do get some gaps here and there. Yeah, it's one of those things. Can't account for everything. This does swivel as well. And then the ankle moves around. All right, enough. Tails, man, the tails are where it's at, right? You get a lot of ball joints. I'm not gonna count them. It's not necessary, but you can see this has a ton of movement to the very tip, which fell off before. So lots of great movement in the tail. You're gonna be able to do whatever you want with it. And there's a head here somewhere, but you got it. It's very well articulated. All right, before we get to a more broader size comparison, let's look at these two together, show you the differences. Obviously, right away, you can see that this one is a lot darker than this one. This one is done in that standard charcoal gray. It does have a little bit of a lighter wash over it. Again, it's hard to see if there's any on this because it's so dark. I really like the darker colors. It goes very well with the lit up heat ray. But this is really, really nice. I do love it. I still love it. And yeah, they're both great. There's not much else to really look at because besides the darker colors and obviously the light up effect, you know, paint effect here, it's all the same. And his head fell off too. Yeah, let's play mix and match heads, shall we? See how they look. There you go. Hard to notice anything different right away. It's interesting. It really is. But they are. And I'm glad to have it. It's like one of those things where I'm iffy with variance in this line. I have been. I didn't. It's if you want to say my, you know, SH Monsterarts collection is incomplete, it's in that area. It's because I didn't go after every variant there was. You know, like even now, I didn't get Biollante. I didn't feel a need to get the Biollante repaint at all. And for the most part, the repaints I didn't get were all the other monsters. You know, like I don't know if I get any repaints of the other monsters, but like the Godzilla repaints, I always do get because it's Godzilla. Godzilla like variants are a thing. So I want them. But the other monsters, yeah, I could pick and choose. And so far I've chosen mostly, meh, don't need them. One final thing to mention here, actually, is that this gap on the new one is a lot bigger than the original one. I don't know why it's sitting so differently, or if the mold got a little messed up on this one. It just definitely feels to me, and it doesn't look it right now, but it feels to me like this new one has a bit of a larger gap right there than this one. For your size comparisons, here is a Heat Ray GMK with a bunch of figures you might have in your collection. As for the comparison you really want, and my final thoughts, I like this piece. I really do. Now, it doesn't come with any effect parts. You're gonna have to deal with that. I didn't talk about it because it doesn't come with any, so I figure I'll just mention it here. It doesn't come with anything, and that might be a problem for you. It might be like, hey, you know, he should be shooting out his heat ray, and I don't blame you. However, I feel like it's fine the way it is as well. Like, it is Godzilla charging up. You see the light in his mouth, and it's not like the Neko where it's like, you know, vomiting out all the blue. It is not there yet. It's coming out of his mouth, so it's about to, and I am good with that. Otherwise, it's awesome. Like, and I'm not even sure why I say otherwise like that. It's an awesome piece. I really like this color scheme on this. The darker colors really suit it. And the dorsal fins look beautiful in these colors. I really like the metallic light blue, the pearlescent white. I like how it's done in the mouth. And there you go. That's really all that needs to be said about it. It's a cool piece. Is it a piece you definitely need? No, but it's a variant, so it's up to you whether or not you want it. You got plenty of effect parts for a flame breath, so go use something else if that is what's making you go crazy about this one. But it's a good piece. It's a good piece on its own, and as a review of it on its own, it's great. So I like it a lot, and there you go. Thanks to the folks at Muteki Sales for getting this for me. I highly recommend them, so please check out the link down below. And if you could please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Check me out on Facebook and Instagram. Stay safe. Till next time. Peace out, peeps.